Good afternoon, everybody.
Hi.
Soccer season officially over. Um, Congratulations, Point Borough, on their Group Two title. Last team in the short conference standing. But today we have two sisters fresh off Point Beach's third straight sectional title. I got Gabby Kirchner, senior at Point Beach, and her sister Katie, who is a sophomore at Point Beach. Girls, thank you for taking time out today to join
Yeah,
me.
of course.
So we're going to start. We'll talk about this past season. Um, Third straight Central Jersey Group One title. Fell just short of making it to the third straight Group One final, which I thought you girls outplayed Haddon Township. Is just a little bit of luck on their end.
Mhm.
But we'll talk a little bit about that game in a little bit. But Gabby, I'll ask first, since, you've been there since the first one, Shore Regional was a team that had Point Beach's number in the previous, I think, five Group One, Central Jersey Group One games. How does it feel, to have their number and win three straight against Shore Regional, who was probably your toughest competition in Central Jersey Group One?
Yeah, it definitely felt great to end that streak and start a new one of us winning. Definitely felt great.
Now, what was Coach Curtis's message? This will go back to your sophomore year, so we're going
Mhm.
back a little bit. Uh, when you girls got the first win against them, end up winning Central Jersey Group One. What was his message going into that Shore game?
He was just letting us know that he like believed in us 100%. Because we pretty much had the same group of girls from that freshman year when we lost to them, and he basically just told us he knew that we could do it, and we just had to play our best we could, and we did. And his encouragement really helped us out a lot.
Now, so that was the first one. You went three straight. How does it feel, being a part of that and being basically part of history at Point Beach on this great run?
It's a really big honor, actually. I'm really proud of the team and getting to say that I was part of it.
Now, Katie, you joined the team. You were freshman last year. Now, both of you, I had to do some research. Both of you were on my all freshman team as freshmen. So, congratulations on that. But Katie, how does it feel, getting to play two seasons with your sister?
It's nice. She's a great player, so it's really nice. I look up to her a lot, so we work well together, and it's just fun to play with her, especially for this last year.
She doesn't try bullying you around, saying she's the big.
Um, no, not really.
Okay. So going into the season, Point Beach went into a different division.
Mhm.
Uh, how was that adjustment? Because a little better competition in the division you went because Beach Central really wasn't known for the powerhouses. You girls last year ran through that pretty easy, and the year
Yeah.
before. Um, do you think playing some better competition, helped for the long run, especially when you get into states?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we were playing good competition every game, so when we got to states, we were definitely prepared. Whereas maybe the years before, we weren't as prepared for playing those better teams like Shore and Mountain Lakes. But definitely this year we were.
Yeah, I remember 2 years ago how difficult it was. So your sophomore year, when I would pick weekly all division players of the week, and how difficult it was for Beast Central because it was always either Point Beach girls or St. Rose girls at that particular year.
Yeah,
And if you girls had a game, and it seemed to happen the same weeks where your team would have like one bad game and St. Rose would have a bad game that week, and I would like it's tough trying to pick division out of the other two schools, three schools, because I think that was the year Modern Day stopped playing, so you were one team short already in that division. So
mhm.
So it's probably better, and probably keeps you girls, I would say, more focused, knowing that every game's going to be tough instead of, no offense, but playing Keyport, knowing the starters aren't going to play, a lot of minutes because you're going to get 4 or 5 goals really quick. So did you find it that you could say more focused going into these games?
Yeah, definitely. The practices were definitely more intense and more focus based, and we knew that it was going to be tougher this year, so we put everything into practice and stuff.
Are you two a fan of the shore conference format that we currently do with the group play and then go into the bracket?
I like it because we get to play more games. I think sometimes, well, we've gotten pretty bad luck with the schools we've had to play, but it's always good to play better competition than we normally would, and we get a chance to play more games.
Yeah, it's a good change from who we would usually play in the division.
How tough is going up against your crosstown rival Point Borough? Because I know they were in your group too in the shore conference bracket. How tough? Because I actually had a wall teacher commented how impressed she was that you girls showed up to the wall game when you after you girls won the sectional up in Metuchen, and how
Mhm.
impressed she was that she saw a bunch of the beach girls at Point Borough cheering on the Borough girls. So do you girls have that close relationship and where you support each other when you're not facing each other?
I mean, I think so. We always tend to root for Borough when they're going against like other teams that we're rivals with. Like when they play Shore, we always root for
Yeah.
Borough, definitely.
That makes sense. Now let's talk about the Hayden Township. How frustrating is it to play a game where I thought you significantly outplayed them? I know the first half was kind of a little more balanced. They had that really good scoring chance early that went just wide, but for a goal where Highland, she made the right play to clear it out.
Mhm.
She just booted it so hard and it ricocheted. I don't think it bounced until it got right to the goal line. So that tells you
Yeah.
how
Yeah.
hard, it's floated in the air for almost 20 yards. So how frustrating is the playing a game in there where you girls just see you can't, and we know that's soccer, but you couldn't get that equalizer in the net.
Definitely one of the most frustrating games I've played this year. Um, we knew we could have won, and we knew we had the opportunities. We didn't finish.
Katie, this question, for you, back-to-back seasons, double digits. Gab, you went all 4 seasons, double-digit goals. Katie, are you gonna try to duplicate your sister and go all 4 seasons with duplicate goals?
Yeah, definitely. Trying to beat her records and scores she has. So
Okay. Gabby, what, being your senior year, what is something you hoped you were able to pass down to the underclassmen?
I hope they all put in the same work ethic as my senior class did, because I think that's a big part of what made us so good. And I definitely think they will with players like Bailey and Ellie. And now we have some good freshmen coming up like Sailor Bader, and I think they'll keep it going. And I guess she'd do pretty good.
Yeah, something in Point Pleasant where, both programs, Point Borough also has quite a few seniors, but both have good underclassmen that are coming up and a couple of freshmen, coming in. So Point Pleasant's doing something right over there in their youth programs to keep this going.
Yeah.
All right, let's rewind to when you were very small kids. How old were you when you two both started playing soccer?
Oh God. I started playing soccer in kindergarten, I think.
Okay.
I think I was like first grade.
Okay. And what was that? Just like a Point Pleasant rec league or?
So we lived in Tom's River at the time, so
Okay.
I played TRFC. Well, we both
Yeah, we
did.
both did. Yeah.
Okay. And then you moved over to PDA?
Yep.
Yeah, I moved in third grade. That's when I started.
Yeah, I think I was the same.
Same. Okay. Who was your first coach? I'll ask Gabby first, then Kate. Who was your first coach at PDA?
Coach Lee, I think, Lee Pollard. He's a
Okay.
coach now at Cedar Stars, I think.
Okay. How about Katie? Who your first coach?
I had the same one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And who's your coach? Do you have Lou too?
I had Brian Finley.
Oh, Brian's your coach. Okay. Yeah, I know sometimes they rotate them and different age groups. I know Lou usually has the senior class, right? Always the senior class. Okay. How's he helped you? How has Lou helped you? Since you've been at PDA, because I know he tries to help with the college, uh,
Yeah.
getting you college. How has he helped you? Make your game better or
Um,
helped you along the way?
yeah, he definitely has a lot with like one thing particular for me, like my speed of play. He's definitely helped me with that because he's a big part of getting teams ready for college level. And so he just helps us transition over with like practices are definitely a higher level than anything else we've ever experienced. So he's definitely helped with that. And then with the recruiting process, he's just very like on top of stuff. So he gets things done.
Okay, Katie, how has Brian helped you with your game?
He's a really good coach with like possession and position areas on the field, so he's helped like develop my position that I play for PDA and just with like technical skills and everything.
What positions do you play for PDA? Because I know high school players play different positions sometimes in high school. So what positions do you play?
I play attacking center mid
Okay.
for which is kind of the same. I just
Yeah.
play forward sometimes for beach.
And then I play center back for PDA.
Yeah. That's what I learned. A lot of center backs and outside backs play on your club team end up playing forward and
Yeah.
attacking mid and um Katie Coyle, who's at Maryland right now, played at Middletown South. She was listed, preseason all for the defense watch list for NJ.com. And I called
Mhm.
Brandon up and I was like, you have her listed in the wrong position. She plays midfield for me. And it's because he reaches out to the club coaches in the off season and she goes, no, that's what she plays in her club and that's where she's going to be playing in college. So, and I was just dumbfounded by that. I was like, wow, they play different positions. And he was right. She plays on the back line at Maryland now. So, same thing with Cassidy. Of course, she played midfield and
Mm.
forward a little bit her first two seasons at Freehold. So, all right, that's interesting that I found. Did you two play any other sports growing up?
Yeah, I play. I kind of tried out everything when I was little. I did gymnastics. I played basketball for a while. I still play basketball for school. I did lacrosse for a little bit. Softball I played in middle school.
Hmm.
Swimming.
Okay.
Yeah, I was put in the same things as she is. We did the same thing.
Let me just guess. Softball probably a little too slow for soccer players.
Yeah,
A little-
need the excitement of like the contact and stuff.
Yeah.
A little
I
boring.
yeah, I get the same basketball with I think it was the Clark sisters. No, somebody in basketball. They played so and they were same thing. They're like, we can't just you're standing there in
Hmm.
that field waiting for something to happen. So
Yeah.
I get it. I get it. Um, so I'll go back and forth, Gabby, first. When you were going to be a freshman at Point Beach, what goals did you set for yourself?
My main goal was just getting to varsity and getting to play. That's mainly what I was just worried about. I didn't really know what I was going into, so anything would have been fine with me.
How about Katie? What was your goals when you were?
Mine was like similar. I wanted to be varsity, wanted to play, and then also winning a sectional title with my sister, which we did twice. So that's a great accomplishment.
Yeah, I don't know how many sisters could say that. I know the Berkeley sisters now, they won one at Jackson, but I think
Mm.
three or two together, that might have to do some research. Gabby, when you were a freshman, were there any upperclassmen that you were able to go to if you had questions or, because I know freshman year could be nerve-wracking a little bit on the field. Was there any upperclassmen that kind of eased you and guided you?
Yeah, our captain, one of our captains of the year, Elisa, she like went to Lavalette too, so I kind of knew her through that, and so she definitely like helped us get around a lot and like figure things out.
Katie, was it you think it was an advantage having your freshman year having your sister already there for two years?
Yeah, definitely advantage because I knew her obviously, and then I knew some of her friends, so it was just more like comfortable and easier to figure out things.
Okay. Now, hang on. Let me pull some games I want to bring up. First, let's talk the McCutcheon game this year because I wasn't there. So, hang on, pulling it up. All right, 2-1. All right. So you were trailing 1-0 at halftime, right?
Mhm.
What did Coach Curtis say to you girls at halftime?
He was just telling us how about we've been in this position before, so we knew what we had to do. He was telling us to just really like well to the seniors especially that this was like our last like 40 minutes it could be, so he was just telling us to put everything out on the field and leave it all out there.
Now you scored the game winner.
Hmm.
Just explain the goal for people that didn't see it.
So we actually had three back corners from my sister. So she played the ball in to like a perfect spot actually. It kind of hit off the goalie's hand, like ricocheted, and Morgan Zielinski was like, she was there to put the pressure on it that caused her to fumble it, and then I just was able to tap it in.
I think the twins they're gonna be missed. I think especially because
Oh,
they were
definitely,
very reliable on they defenders don't always get the accolades, but they were very reliable back there, and they
definitely.
definitely didn't get that. Both of them they didn't get the headlines.
Mhm.
And like you said, they also caused games I was at. They caused problems on corner kicks because they're both on the taller side. So.
Yeah.
Katie, is that something? Because I noticed that the games I was at, your corner kicks, like she said, was perfectly placed. I noticed you do have excellent placement. Is that something that you worked on, or something that comes natural to you?
Definitely worked on. So I also take them for my club team, so I work on them all the time. So it's just a matter of practice.
Okay, that's like Aaron Ritchie, who that wall has a very high success. It's such an advantage when a high school team has somebody that could score and they got the players that could finish.
Yeah.
So when I first came back to cover in high school soccer, I was like, wow, the percentage of goals scored on corner kicks was pretty high.
Yeah.
So let's talk. So you lose to Hayden Township. Did you follow along Saturday? I saw the last 10 minutes of the Mountain Lakes Hayden Township, and had to be a little because it was 0-0 to exactly 2 minutes left. Now I saw the last 10 minutes and Mountain Lakes missed probably three open nets when I was there. So it wasn't like Hayden, Mountain Lakes was dominating the game, at least the part I was at. So was
Mhm.
it disappointing knowing how well the team played, just couldn't finish against Hayden Township, and seeing they took Mountain Lakes, and you like you girls just there like, oh, we would have been able to pull it off.
Yeah, definitely. When we saw the scores go up, it was
Yeah.
definitely hurt a little bit.
Yeah, I was shocked when I got there because after I left your game on Monday, I go Mountain Lakes might win 4 or 5-0
Mhm.
against them. Um, so you both got to play in a group state final. Not many players get to say that, even though last year wasn't the result we want. How exciting is it to experience that and play? Gabby, you got to play in two, but both of you playing for a state title together. How exciting was that?
It was really exciting, just especially for me freshman year, like big accomplishment, and then also playing with my sister and with We had such a great team, so it was very exciting to do.
Yeah, it was crazy, and all the people there too just made the whole like atmosphere that much better.
Yeah, it was a fun atmosphere. It was a little cold, but it was a
Yeah.
um now when you girls went down 2-0 in that game, but then I think it was 3-1, and then you girls actually made it I think 3-2 at one point, right? They didn't score
Yeah,
the
I think you
fourth.
had that goal.
I think.
Yeah, that you made Katie, you made it 3-2.
Yeah.
How exciting is it, I know it was state title, but how exciting is just to play in a game like that where, you're trailing and you girl, making a comeback like that. You didn't get over the hump, but because they started out very strong and, the first 20 minutes looked like it could be a long, long day there, but you girls settled down. Bailey got the goal right before half, which, might have taken the momentum. And then, Kate, you scored to make it 3-2. But just talk about playing in a game like that. And, I know Point Beach has played in quite a few over the years, citing back to 4 games.
Hmm. It was definitely a thriller because, well, especially when Katie and Bailey scored, because based on the year before, it definitely gave us some encouragement and some hope in that game. It definitely boosted our confidence. So I think we were able to settle in more and just be less panicked and more play our game.
Mhm. Yeah, how about you? Anything to add to that?
It was really exciting, especially since we had just played Shore before and we came back from like a similar score, so it was definitely a confidence boost for us, and we settled down and just played.
Yeah, that short game was crazy too.
Yeah.
And in front of your, there was a lot of fans there, both sides had a lot of fans. And they went up 2-1. You girls just went back and forth, and who scored? It wasn't Bailey's. Did Bailey score? Sydney
Bailey
scored.
scored.
Sydney scored the tying
Yeah,
goal.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, with a couple minutes left. Okay,
Mhm.
yeah. You guys have a knack for those games. I think Trinity Hall the year before that too was back to
Yeah.
back to back. That was one of my games of the year. That Trinity Hall game. It
Yeah,
was
my freshman year, we beat them in overtime.
Yes, that's when it was. It was 4-3, right, or something. I think 4-3.
Uh, I thought it might have been 2-1. I could be wrong though. I don't remember that.
Yeah.
I just remember Elisa scoring like a crazy header off of Izzy's pass.
Hey, I'm pulling up. Did you play twice that year? I don't. I remember their fans were complaining because they think the clock stopped, or so the
Uh,
ref stopped the
there
clock.
might have been something
Yeah,
like that
yeah,
going
I
on.
remember the fans. Their fans were definitely complaining because they thought the game should have been over anyone before the goal score. So, but yeah, Point Beach seems to have a habit of playing in stellar nail biter games. So,
Mhm.
Katie, so next year you're going to be a junior, and I always see a big jump in players' progress. What is something you hope to improve on next year as you become one of the
Um,
leaders?
Definitely my dribbling and ball skills. I think that's like an important thing that a player should have, and I just want to improve that a little bit more. So, yeah.
Okay. Gabby, what was something you hoped to improve when you were going into your junior year?
I think one of my biggest things was like my passing because I just wanted to be able to set up goals and just be the best I could in the middle because that's when I was going transitioning from the outside forward kind of position I was playing and going into the middle. So yeah.
What'd you have? You had 8 assists this year. I'm pulling up your career stats. So, last year you had 12 assists. So,
Yeah.
150 points. That's a pretty good career. Are you going to beat that, Katie?
I'm gonna try.
Let's see where Katie's at right now. 68. He has 68. So, you're on pace. Um, all right, you ready? Let's do some rapid fire questions here. So we'll just go back and forth, Gabby, Katie. All right. So first question, what is your favorite TV show?
Mine's The Office.
Okay.
Mine's Friends.
Friends. Wow, those are like old school shows there. Um, how about favorite movie?
Ooh, I would say, oh my God, I can't think of any movies. You go first.
Probably Avengers, Age of Ultron, I think.
No.
That's a good one. Oh my God. Um, I can't think of any. Um,
How about do you have a type of movies you like drama, action?
I like comedies. I would
Oh,
say,
okay.
what's a good comedy? No.
No.
Actually, I really like the Ocean 11 movies, like all
Okay.
those ones. Those are cool.
They're supposedly talking about an Ocean's 14.
Oh, really? I
Yeah, I
didn't
mean,
even know that.
yeah, just like during the summer, I saw like Brad Pitt and Clooney were starting to talk if there was a. It's gonna be. I mean, Bernie Mac's not around, and one of the older guys, but so I like Bernie Mac. So okay. How about favorite school subject?
Probably science.
Okay.
Um, I feel like math.
Okay.
I would have to disagree with that one.
But sometimes you need math for science.
Yeah.
Uh, favorite food?
Mm, it's not really a food, but smoothies.
Okay.
Pasta.
Pasta. Okay. What is your go-to song to get you pumped up or focused before a big game?
Mine's Sweet Child of Mine.
Okay.
Um, I don't know. I listen to Seven Nation.
Seven Nation Army.
Yeah, that one
Yeah,
sometimes.
that's a good. I know that's Triple G, the boxer's song. Does the team have a playlist, or do you girls just listen to everybody listens to their own things in their headphones, or do you have I don't know, speaker that plays?
Yeah,
Oh,
so me and the Zelensky twins made a playlist this year called Rock G-Sock, and it's all a bunch of dad music and rock music that we warm up to.
sad music?
No, dad music.
Oh, dad music. Okay. Okay. So probably music I would like.
Yeah, we got some Led Zeppelin, Pearl Jam on
Okay.
there.
Okay. I'm a Lincoln Park guy. That's my band. I like Lincoln Park. Um, when your playing careers are over, do you want to still be involved with the sport?
I think yes. I mean, I want to be I want to do physical therapy, so I want to be in the sports world. So
Yeah, I'm still figuring out what I want to do, but I definitely want to be involved with the sport because it's been a big part of our lives and stuff.
Last question for this is when you're not playing soccer, what do you girls enjoy to do in your free time?
well, I really like snowboarding. So in the winter, me and my dad go up to places and just snowboard and ski.
And then I like, especially in like the summer or something, I'll just go to the beach all the time and hang.
That's the typical shore conference answer is the beach.
Yeah.
When I don't get the beach, I actually get a little I get a little confused. Girls on the beach. All right, let's talk your futures. So Gabby, you're committed to Anderson, right?
Yes.
What was it about that school that made you feel comfortable that that's where you want to spend your next 4 years?
Well, the area was definitely a big part of why I chose it. It's right near Clemson. My aunt lives in South Carolina, so I have family down there. It's a really nice area and then I got to meet the team too before I committed, and they're just great people, so it just made me feel really comfortable.
How big is that, getting to meet the players before you commit to, make sure you have the chemistry and that you get along?
It's definitely a big part in, like, the decision process because you wanna make sure that you're gonna be able to fit in, get along with the girls, and just be comfortable with them.
What advice would you give your sister like during for the recruitment process?
I would say I would say just don't think about it when you're playing, like, in showcase games, because definitely a few times the nerves have gotten to me, so just go out and play your game.
Yeah, because it is a stressful period, and
Yeah,
I know players are get relieved once it's over, and you could relax.
yeah, definitely.
Uh, so Katie, I'll switch to you right now. So I know you're finishing your sophomore year, and for people that don't know that are going to be listening to this, soccer players really can't talk to college coaches. College coaches can't really talk to soccer players until the end of June of their sophomore year. So, Katie's in
Mhm.
her sophomore year now. But when you start the recruitment process, when you go on visits, what are some things that you're looking for in colleges?
Definitely some place that's nice and has like a nice outdoor area. One that's not too big but not too small because we grew up going to like all small schools, so want to stay in that area. And then just I don't know, somewhere on the East Coast, not too far from home.
Okay. Gabby, what are you going to be studying?
I'm gonna be studying physical therapy and kinesiology.
Okay. So you want to be a physical thing. You kind of answered that already. I
Yeah.
know, Katie, you're only a sophomore, but any dreams growing up? What did you? Because I listen, when I was in college, my friends would change their mind on their major while they were in college 3 or 4 times. So I know you're young, but anything that you wanted to be grown when you
An interior designer for a long time, and I'm still kind of interested in that.
okay. Now
Yeah.
that's a different answer that I haven't gotten. All right, Gabby, this is going to be my last question to you, and Katie, I'll ask you this in 2 years. What advice would you give your younger self?
I would say not to let the nerves get to you and just go out and have fun and just enjoy every moment of it.
Okay. All right. Katie, do you play basketball or no? Just Gabby.
Just Gabby.
Okay. So, are you in the WOBM? Is Point Beach in the WOBM this year?
Yeah, we are.
Okay. So, I will be seeing you. It's right around the corner, believe it or not. One
Yeah.
month away. Did you try outs today or practice, whatever they?
We had first practice today, but I can't play yet because I still have a sprained MCL.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
but
Sorry.
I'll be there to support the team.
How difficult is it to play with that brace?
It's not the best thing. It's actually pretty heavy.
Yeah. Because I saw it, at the tail end of the season when I was at, I was like, that can't be. I say it to
No.
everybody, especially basketball players. Sometimes basketball players wear the bigger ones. And I don't know
Yeah,
don't know how they do it. So, all right. Well, Gabby, I wish you luck during basketball season. I'll
thank you.
see you a new coach, right, at Point Beach.
Yeah, yeah,
I know a lot of excitement there with a new coach coming in,
yeah,
so
definitely.
that's good. And Katie, good luck. During the soccer season,
Thank you.
in the spring season. And whatever showcases you have coming up this winter, and I will see you on the field a year from now. Gab, does she make it 4 straight sectional titles for Point Beach?
I would hope so. I'm expecting it.
Okay, a phone call home maybe if not. So, all right, thank you, Gabby and Katie for taking time out today. And Gabby, like I said, I'll see you during the basketball season. And Katie, I'll see you next year on the soccer fields.
Yeah, of course. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
No problem. All right, guys. Thank you for joining me. Tomorrow, I will have Jackson Memorial head coach Sean Behe on, and we'll talk about their sectional win. Thank you.